Here in Washington, the threat of gun violence hit close to home for a member of Congress. Democratic Congressman Henry Cuellar of Texas was carjacked by 3 armed attackers outside his apartment building last night.
People don't realize you don't have to be afraid. You don't have to accept that when you park your car on the street, it's going to get broken into.
Somebody from Doge was very badly hurt last night. You saw that.
President Trump is threatening to take over Washington, D.C. after a Doge whiz kid was beaten up by carjackers.
You don't have to accept that your 12-year-old can't board a bus and go to the local convenience store and go to an arena to watch a sporting event and come back home.
Well, we have more now on that mother and daughter walking to their car last night after the Drake concert at the Enterprise Center, where both were killed by a driver running a red light.
We as a nation can win this war and make ourselves safe again.
Irina was the glue of the family.
Disturbing surveillance video captured her final moments.
They could move. They could, these cells, these gangs, I mean, they could move to other cities.
They started being able to carry handguns. And then Trump's executive order just, I think yesterday, that allowing Pete Hegseth to create specially trained units.
We've mobilized the D.C. National Guard. It'll be operationalized by the Secretary of the Army, Dan Driscoll, through the D.C. Guard.
It will last as long as it takes under President Trump to return us to a place of less than average violence when compared to peer countries around the world. Oh, and law enforcement love it. Like, when you talk to the local law enforcement, they've won the lottery.
That's what racism, injustice, and hate and anger comes from.
You will see them flowing into the streets of Washington in the coming week. At your direction as well, sir, there are other units we are prepared to bring in.
There is no doubt that the crime statistics show that violent crime is dropping in Washington, D.C.
One of the amazing parts of being at ATF is I get to be around all these law enforcement, and they desperately want to clean up their own communities.
We've seen a lot of cities that have just kneecapped law enforcement. Seattle.
Today's hearing was led by a group that wants to defund the police.
L.A.
Well, labor union leaders coming out today to show their support for the Black Lives Matter movement.
It was a very peaceful demonstration.
Joining in the call to defund police.
San Francisco, Chicago, New York.
Fuck you, motherfucker, and fuck you.
It's kind of like the gun rights thing. It's fucking tricky. Ever since COVID, it's been, everybody's got fear of, government overreach.
Other National Guard units, other specialized units, they will be strong, they will be tough, and they will stand with their law enforcement partners.
George Washington originally named it Department of War. Sometimes I worry that the U.S. may be coming across a little aggressive.
Basically, a group of countries that are anti the United States, and India is a member of that, if you can believe it. It's an attack on the dollar, and we're not going to let anybody attack the dollar, so it's partially BRICS.
The tariffs, now the Secretary of War. I mean, do you think that paints a picture to the rest of the world that we are becoming maybe a little bit too aggressive and there could be some long-term problems from that?
Do it through peace through strength.
The entire concept of peace through strength. Again, I think this is just something the average human knows is true. They feel it in their bones. They saw it on the schoolyard with the bully. They know that the stronger you are, the safer you can be.
What does the future of warfare look like?
So what it is not like, if you think of our most elite units from our time in, they'd come in low on Blackhawks quietly, quickly. They'd get dropped off a click or two from the objective. They would come up on the house. They would come up on the objective. They would room clear it with like a choreography and a violence of action that was just like majestic. They would nearly always accomplish the mission and be gone quickly. When you talk to them today, that Black Hawk is not getting in unseen. There's acoustic sensors that hear it miles out. When they land, we, the United States Army, and have owned the night for a very long time, we now have infrared drones that are out there watching everything. Sneaking up on the objective quietly when there's a drone overhead with ammunition just doesn't really work anymore. what we are having to do is reinvent ourselves from both that small specific conflict and specific issue to this idea that we haven't really faced a peer in conflict in a very long time as a nation, and going to war in Afghanistan or Iraq looks very different than what a long-term contested environment would look like 6,000 miles from our homeland. It just requires a complete rethinking of how we're going to do it.
Last subject.
Okay.
Israel.
Okay.
What's going on?